and we don't know. They call it be serious death. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So this 85, isn't it possible we could have more? So basically, what you're saying, Dr. Briggs, is that so far as Nigeria is concerned and Nigerians are concerned, we don't have a situation on our hands as far as coronavirus is concerned. We have just over 80 people dying, and people are not dropping dead on the street. So there's no reason for us to have a lockdown anymore. But I want to. I'd like to also ask you. Okay, you're the expert. I'm just asking the questions. The Italians have had a nationwide lockdown, the first and I think only country in the world, if I'm not mistaken, but the first country in the world to impose a national lockdown. That is from the north to the south, east to the west of Italy. Nobody is permitted to go out except on essential duties. For the first time in 8 weeks, today they're able to go out. And the Italian president gave them a very, very stark warning. He said they need to be careful to not, ride their luck, because they stand the danger of throwing away the gains they've made in the past 8 weeks. And they have very strict instructions. We've not even gotten to that point. Some would argue we are at the infancy, the initial stages of the coronavirus pandemic in Nigeria. Dr. Briggs, I want to draw your attention to something I saw someone put up on WhatsApp, and it just brought me some chills. On the 1st of April 2020 at 12:30 p.m., according to the NCDC, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Briggs, the total confirmed cases in Nigeria were 151. As at the 1st of May, 11 p.m., the total confirmed cases were 2,171. This is more than 1,000% increase, Dr. Briggs. More than 1,000% increase. So if we look at science and the trajectory, wouldn't we say that we are going to be experiencing 1,000% increase probably from between May 1 and June 1. Therefore, we should be careful.
I can assure you, Kofi, like I told you before, that the more tests we do, the more the cases will rise. And in that regard, as per the burden of the disease, we have not started, because the more than 2,000 cases we've recorded as of today is not a reflection of the burden of the disease in Nigeria. There are far more than that. I'm believing that as the testings are done, we'll get to hundreds of thousands and even millions of cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. That is not in that has been established. What I am saying is that the number of persons that are likely to die from the disease is less than 10%. That is to say, if we have 1 million confirmed cases of COVID-19, less than 100,000 would die. But that's also a very significant number. Now, in the case of Kano, people raised alarm because the rate of deaths and burials increased with respect to other times of the year. If that case is the same in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Owerri, in Calabar, and all that, we also have heard that people are dying seriously. People are, if you go to the mortuary, you see, there will be no spaces to keep corpses. If you go to the cemetery, you'll be seeing people coming to do burials every time. But we are not seeing that. And I've told you before that if you look at the population demographics of Italy, they have more than 70% of their population are aged people. And it is the people that are most vulnerable to the COVID-19. More than 60 to 70% of our population are young people within the age bracket of 14 and 47 in Nigeria. So it means that fewer people, will stand a risk because of the population demographics. We have more young people than we have older people in Nigeria, as against Italy that has less young people and more of old people. That was why the death rate in Italy, was high. So you must put into cognizance these demographic and environmental factors They live in a cold environment. We live in a very hot environment. Okay, that also has a role to play somehow because the virus cannot thrive in temperature above 27 degrees.
Dr. Briggs, you begin to sound like Donald Trump. The World Health Organization, have they approved this one?
If they've approved what?
This heat you're talking about, yes. Okay, because we nowadays we're asked to go with everything the WHO says, and this one of the hot weather can go against coronavirus. I've not heard it from them.
Well, I've told you today now.
Okay.
Researches are ongoing, and cases are fucking out. Look at Italy that they are using lockdown. Do you know the reason for it?
The what?
The Italy that they are using lockdown now. People are going out. Do you know the reason for it? They conducted autopsies on all the cases of COVID-19 deaths in their country, and they found out that what actually caused the death of the patients is not the coronavirus itself. It is what they call microembolism. That is formation of blood clots, tiny blood clots in the alveolar spaces of the lungs that blocks the alveolar spaces so that the gaseous exchange cannot take place again in the lungs, and that was what led to the difficulty in breathing that required ventilators to assist in the respiration of the patients that led up to ultimately to their death. So they're not saying, if this is the problem, why don't we give a medication that will make the blood lighter? So that it's not clot in the disease. And so they discovered that, and they're already applying some medications that will make blood thinner so that we cannot form clots that will lead to the death of people. So when a decision is taken, there is always a reason for it. Like I'm also telling you that Nigerian government, for them to take that decision, they didn't just wake up to take it. They would have sought the advice of experts like in NCDC, in the Ministry of Health, development partners, and specialists in public health and virologists before they take that decision. No government will take a decision putting its citizens at risk. And I've told you also that the DG NCDC has come to tell us that 98% of those that will come down with COVID-19 will survive. Don't you think he knows what he's saying?
Okay. Dr. Briggs, the point
the number of confirmed cases will not increase. It will keep increasing. But how many of those confirmed cases will die of the disease? That is what we are looking at.
Dr. Briggs, I'm just saying, we're looking at global best practices. We're looking at international, practices. We're learning from what's happening in other parts of the world. We're sharing information. We don't have too many homegrown solutions to this coronavirus pandemic. So the point I'm trying to make, and the question I'm asking is every single country that has moved to relax the stringent lockdown measures imposed on its people, even to the point of being accused of being draconian, fascist, communist, and all that. Every single government that has relaxed it have said that from the analysis, they've been able to overcome the most difficult part of this virus. They've gone past the peak on that curve. They've gone past the peak and are on their way. The things on a downward spiral or trajectory. So it means they're observing. Yes, they're observing. Italy records its first day or first case of first day of no positive case, or England records maybe lower deaths for the first time. The deaths are reducing. In Nigeria, the only time we heard that there was no case was because testing was not done. So what is the criteria, the scientific hard-nosed criteria for deciding that people have to go about their normal duties in Lagos at this point? When, like I said, Dr. Briggs, 1st of April 2020, Nigeria had 151 total confirmed cases. 1st of May 2020, Nigeria had 2,170 confirmed cases. That is about, if I'm not mistaken, 500 to 1,000% increase. Dr. Briggs, what have we seen scientifically to say we have now gotten past the peak, therefore things are going down, we can now relax our measures, sir?
Now, let me also put you in proper perspective. The federal government isn't of the lockdown. They say is gradual. Okay, for now, it's not a total easing. It's just a gradual. So those on essential duties, they listed out the people that are allowed to go out. They've also said that there's social distancing will be maintained. People must, is that compulsory to put on face mask and all that. Okay, but even before the lockdown, during the lockdown, as it were, how many people truly complied? Now, the nose masks that people are putting on, is it protective? That's one. Two, the government copied and pasted what the foreigners did, but they didn't copy the social aspect of the strategy of total lockdown. Because when the foreign governments, especially in Western countries, when they shut down, they made sure that they provided for their citizens. They made sure that those that had emergencies at home were catered for. So these things, they made sure that food vendors were open and were selling food, so that those that are indoors will not die of hunger and starvation. Was that done in Nigeria? Like you have said, people have argued that we should have copied and pasted, as it were. We would have made modifications to suit our own reality. And our own reality is that we do not have those social security nets that would have, protected and taken care of the vulnerable groups and those who have asked to stay at home. Companies are right now laying off workers because there are no stimulus packages for companies to cushion the effect of the COVID-19 on their businesses. Abroad, companies are giving tax rebates for this period to the social period. You will not pay tax. From this period to social period, we are going to give you money to be paying your staff. That is not done in Nigeria, but we have just shut down, and it makes our economy is on a standstill. And if you look at the social effects of this total lockdown, I've told you that it will get to the point where the normal adage that says a hungry man is an angry man. It will get to the point where hunger will make people go haywire. And when they go haywire, they will not maintain the social distancing again. And then they will be destructive. And those the government officials will not be safe wherever they are. Bullets will not save them because they already, you stand, you die, you lie, you die. So what is the problem? Let me just at least make an attempt at living, then I die. So there will be we'll have a catastrophe on our hands. And the signs are there already. Then let's say, okay, the government weighed that option and said, okay, why don't we ease? Knowing that most of our people are doing businesses by themselves. They are at the informal sectors. They need to go and eat. They need to set their market. The barber needs to bath. The woman that sells in the market needs to go to the market and earn a daily living. And we have also seen, comparing that and the information that 80 to 90% of those who have the disease will survive. That asking everybody to be on a total lockdown and they get hungry and they die. Which would you prefer if you're a Nigerian president or you're in the leadership of government?
Okay, so you are saying right now, we need to, choose. We
need to re-strategize.
I know. I'm sorry, sir. You're saying right now we should choose our stomach over our lives.
Kofi, you're putting me on the edge, and I've just said what I've said. And
Dr. Briggs, I'm not putting you on the edge. I'm just trying to re-echo what you're saying. That's all. And you're saying we need to survive. People need to survive, right? So we can go ahead and
if people are locked down without the necessary social securities, more people will die of hunger and associated issues than the COVID-19 will kill them. At some point in the lifespan of this pandemic in Nigeria, security agencies killed more people than the virus had killed people. You are aware, across the country, in a bid to effect the lockdown, security agencies killed Nigerians. At some point, when we had about 5 deaths from COVID-19, we had security people killing about 8 persons. And people were confident that we should even be more afraid of the security agencies than even the COVID-19 because they have killed more people in Nigeria than the COVID-19. So these are what we are talking about. So if people continue to be in the house, they will die of starvation. The government does not have the financial power to cater for or to give food supplies and other necessities to sustain them while they are locked down, as was done in other societies. societies, in civilized societies. That's the point I'm making.
Okay. I have some one or two things I'll read for you, breaking in the news today, and I'll take your thoughts on that as well. But Dr. DAYBREAK is our guest this morning on Daybreak, and he joins us live from somewhere in Port Harcourt. This is, of course, something we're putting together to ensure that we can reach you with all the technology we have at our disposal. In this lockdown period, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to reach you. So this is what I'm doing. Someone said Indaboski. Someone said Indaboski from somewhere. Anyway, so please drop your comments live on the feed, on the Facebook feed, also on YouTube. The page is Kofi Bartels on air. On YouTube, it's just simply Kofi Bartels. And very glad to hear from you. Have your say. What are we asking you this morning? It's very simple. Very simple. Following a presidential directive, the coronavirus lockdown in Lagos, the FCT and Ogun states are to be eased today, starting today. This means that for the first time in about 4 weeks, residents in these parts of Nigeria can go out. Question we're asking you this morning, and our guests, you listening to me this morning, and our guests on the line, with the increasing number of positive coronavirus cases in Nigeria, is this the right time to ease the restriction of movement? Is this the right time to ease the restriction of movement? You can have your say by calling, commenting on the post wherever you're watching right now, or calling 080-620-99556. 080-620-99556. A guest who is a senior medical officer in the Ignatius Ajuri University of Education, a public health physician, and a public health and environmental advocate. Dr. DAYBREAK joins us, and he's still on the line. Read some of the comments now coming through this morning. Oloide Benjamin says it is not the right time to ease the lockdown, in as much as it is not easy for people to stay at home for too long. It's unfortunate that while people were at home, the government did little or nothing to reduce the infection rate, he says. Check out what happened to other countries when they relaxed their respective lockdown. Our leaders are just copying other nations blindly. I think, Dr. Briggs, you hit on that a bit whilst you were talking to us. Prince Nwachuku said, my opinion is that the government should lift the lockdown. Nigerians are an impossible lot. Whatever you do, they will sneak out. The police will turn it to another business opportunity. They've always believed it is not for me. It is not for me. So why the heck? He says, epidemics never killed everybody, and that's not about to start. With coronavirus, we've seen the percentage. Few will die, many more will recover, a greater number will remain untouched. So rather than kill off a very weak and prostrate economy, he says, let the dice roll. The important thing is to let people know that there is danger, that much has been done. Well, if you're listening this morning, economy or life, which do you say? Which do you support? What do you think is important? Have your say by commenting on this live stream if you're watching us from wherever it is you are. Also, share this post to all your friends. Share this post, on all platforms, so that those who are on your timeline can be a part of a conversation, and you can support me in what I'm doing. I'll be very glad for that. Also, subscribe to YouTube. Go to Kofi Bartels at YouTube, and also on Facebook, turn on the notification so that you can always know when I'm going online. Dr. Briggs, there's another comment here. DK Hawaii says the government should provide the citizens with face masks and hand sanitizers for free if they must relax the lockdown. This will go a long way in curbing the spread. Thank you very much, my brother, for your message. Celestin Ayasuk says it can never be the right time. Even when there was a total lockdown, the virus got increased to where we are right now. At least would have been in place until the end of May to see how it goes. He says, okay, yes. So Dr. Briggs, I'm not too comfortable with what you and some of your friends on Facebook who are commenting this morning, that those who agree with you, are saying that people will die. It's inevitable. It's almost like we're sweep away the weakest so we can all move on. That's what it sounds like to me.
Kofi, I try to play down or water down the gravity of the problem we are in. And you said economy versus
life.
Life.
Yes.
No, it's not. That's not the right perspective at all.
Dr. Briggs, no, you said it. You said it yourself. Now you said it yourself.
No, I didn't say so.
You said some people will die.
No, listen. Even if it's one person that die of COVID-19, is one death too many. Every life is sacred, and everything should be done to preserve life. Okay. What I said is that you keep people in the house without no plans to sustain them in the house while they do nothing. Their sources of livelihood is short. They can't do anything. And more than 60% of such people are in the informal sector, which means they need to go out and fend for themselves. That's one. If you continue to keep them in the house without taking care of their needs, especially to food and medicine, they will die in their houses. If they come out, they have a chance at survival, even if they catch the virus. That is what I said. And I said that for the government to take such a decision, they would have been well informed. They would have been well informed. The NCDC director said there is community spread. It means that the virus is everywhere right now as we speak. That is the assumption.
Okay.
That is why as we continue to do tests, the numbers will continue to rise. And I said that in the time period we've had COVID-19, comparing it to the same time period the Western world had COVID-19, they had recorded more deaths than we have right now. And that if the virus is as deadly as it is there, by now we would have seen dead bodies littered all over the country. So if the NCDC direct DG comes and tells you that 98% of those that will come down with COVID-19 will survive, he knows what he's saying. Without treatment, which is why I told you the other time when we spoke, I said to you that I can assure you that those that have been admitted in the isolation centers, that what they do for them is symptomatic management. You remember I said that to you? And I told you symptomatic management is just, if they have fever, you give them medication for fever.
Dr. Riggs.
If they have cough, you give them drugs to for
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
The body itself will fight it and will keep it, and will keep the virus, and will kill the virus naturally. The immune system of the body will fight it and kill it naturally.
Dr.
That's what I have said.
Okay. Now, you last week you were on Late Night Talk with me, and you said that we are now in the community spreading phase, and we need to be careful and we need to be aware of the fact that we're in the community spreading phase of this coronavirus. I also remember just now I mentioned that on the 1st of April we had 151 confirmed cases. On the 1st of May we had it gone up to 2,170 confirmed cases. That's between 500 to 1,000% increase. My math is not straight around now because a lot of things I'm doing. Now, today is 3rd May, sir. 1st of May, 2,170 cases. Today, 3rd May, 2,558 confirmed cases. That's between 2 days, 48 hours. You have about 400 additions. 1st of May, 68 deaths. 3rd of May, 87 deaths. About 19 more people dying. So the point I'm making is that this thing isn't going down, it's going up. And are we not going to make it worse? Won't more people die? Yes, you said some 18.
Let's then talk with Kofi. I said that with respect to the number of confirmed cases, we have not started.
Oh, we have not started. And you still stand by that?
In the course of this interview, that we'll get up to 2. The more the number of confirmed cases will increase. It's true. But then when I finished saying that in our last interview last week, I also told you that 80 to 90% of those that will come down with the disease will recover spontaneously. They will be asymptomatic. Where there are symptoms, it will be. I also told you that Lassa fever had killed more people than COVID-19 had killed. That if I were in the position of authority, and now you ask me, is it that we should be more afraid of COVID-19? Lassa fever than COVID-19? And I still diplomatically answered you somehow. And I'm still maintaining, and everything I have said from that time till now, if you follow, the more testing centers we have, the more tests we do, the more the number of confirmed cases will increase.
Okay.
1 to and the aged people.
Okay.
Now, new research findings are coming up. As you said, research findings are coming up. WHO is also, updating their treatment protocol and distributing it all over the world.
Okay.
I've also told you that the recent study done by the autopsy findings by Italian authorities have discovered that microembolism is one of the major reasons why people die. So they have updated their treatment protocol. And other people are now following and updating. They may not come out and tell you, but this is what is happening. So it means that even those that are critically ill and that would have ordinarily died, when you discovery, they'll be to give medications that will make the blood thinner, not to clot and cause problem and lead to the death of patients. It means that even the number of people that will die going forward will be reducing.
Okay. You are the expert. I'm just asking the questions. Dr. Briggs, we're out of time.
Before, and the lockdown, the easing of the lockdown by the government they said is gradual. So it's not everybody come out. No, it's gradual.
In Lagos State, do you believe that is possible? Will be possible?
Apart from the pronouncement by the federal government, the state government also still keep regulations, that they still regulate how people move, and they will still enforce it. Like the easing of the lockdown is somewhat a nationwide thing, because the curfew from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. the following day is a nation has even announced some lockdowns at some places, total lockdown at areas, no movement and all that. So the state governments that are at the forefront of the fight against COVID-19 will do everything within their powers to ensure that they protect their citizens. So even though the federal government has said there is easing of lockdown, if the state government feels that it will not be in the interest of the state, they can implement policies that will ensure that people are safe.
Okay.
And to try to contain the further spread of the virus.
All right. I'll read some comments before we go to the final set of questions I have for you. But I'd like to say thanks to everybody who's watching us from all over the world, be it on Facebook or on YouTube. Please make sure you share this post. I'll be very, very glad to have your help so that this can go wide. So just share the post so those on your wall can see it and be a part of the conversation. Also, please turn on the notification button as you're watching this video on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And also turn on the notification button as well, so that whenever we're going live online, you'd get notified and you can watch. We're trying to use the power of technology to bring good conversations to you. And of course, if you'd like to sponsor what we're doing as well, feel free to do that. You can reach me, inbox. If it's on YouTube you're watching, you can send me an email, or you can just comment on the video. If you're watching on Facebook, you can also just inbox me, and I'll be very glad to talk to you about sponsorship. Okay, comments coming in. Helen Kebwe FA, good morning to you. Emmanuel Undubisi Chuku, good morning to you. He says 0802 coffee, or coffee rather. Wenjamang Victor Wenja says good morning. In Casey Onweka says we just have to be very the government is confused and has nothing to offer. He says go out when very important and keep social distancing. Otherwise, stay safe at home, I think is what you mean to say. Thank you very much, brother, for your message. Another one is sent in by Kenneth Ibiaime. He says, Kofi, it's absolutely wrong at this time, knowing the increase the number of cases in Nigeria. In Marlon Undebusi Chuku says, Dr. Breezy saying, I think Mr. BAA, or Briggs rather, saying it's true and supported in what he's saying. Like meant that Nigeria, I don't understand, sir, but I think you support Dr. Briggs, and in one message he's called you Dr. Breezy and then Dr. Bridges at the same time. Well, maybe you might want to consider having an Indian. Dr. Briggs, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay. Another one is sent in by Inkesi. In the BC, Emmanuel says, good morning, Kofi, and good morning to the doctor and everyone in the house. Please, Nigerian thinks they should stop copying and pasting. I think I read that already. Agbori Captain says, good morning, Kofi. I have nothing to say, but all I'll say is that you and I know that the common traders in the marketplace should be given a place to trade such goods like perishable goods. Please talk to the government to make measures for this, so they should have controlled trading. Eugene Abels, good morning to you, Eugene. Eugene says, in as much as we need to circulate, we must put to ameliorate the gaps. Very important. Eugene, thanks for your time. Agbori Captain says, Kofi, did you know that there is a science like increase the coronavirus, but come out with exercise and business will ease up this virus. It also helps the hormonal system. I don't know what you're talking about. Briggs, I don't understand what this man is saying. Have you had immunity to the virus or something like that? This herd mentality or something like that.
Okay, herd immunity.
Herd immunity. I don't. That the study said that we may not overcome the virus. Is there something like that?
There's something like that. There's what we call herd immunity. Of course, just like we are and subsequent times, if they're exposed to the virus, it will not be lethal again. They won't even come down with symptoms. They won't even know they have just like when you have measles. Measles is protective. Once you have measles, once in your lethal at all. So it's very, very, very mild, but you won't even come down with it. So that's what we are suspecting is going to happen with COVID-19, with the test.
Safety measures and stay safe. Thank you. Moses AK says, my take is, let the people be adequately supported with the basic amenities. Like Dr. Briggs said, Nigeria's government cannot provide for its citizens with what it takes to stay at home, absolutely like the Western world. But the fact is, without being greedy, all the contributions that have been made so far can at least cater for the needs of an average Nigerian by 50%. It says, so people need to go out and fend for their needs while taking precautionary measures to protect themselves. It's just pathetic for us here in Nigeria, he says. Thank you very much. Belbari Monday says, Rome was not built in a day, and every successful step begins with your present, I think you mean to say. Well, Dr. Briggs, the federal government has said we're easing the lockdown. But these are the I'm trying to look for the word now, but these are the directives. And these are the conditions for people to go about their duties. They said, number one, public spaces. The following are mandatory in public spaces. 1, improvised face masks. B, temperature checks. C, hand washing facilities and hand sanitizers. D, physical distance of 2 meters. And E, no sport activities or mass gatherings. Then they said travel. The following are prohibited: passenger flights, interstate travel except essential services. And it says, note, there will be mandatory supervised isolation of returnees for at least 14 days. So even if you are essential service and you travel from, maybe you're delivering food to Port Harcourt from Lagos and you're going back, we'll get back to Lagos for 14 days, 2 weeks. So they say neighborhood markets will be open 3 times a week, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Banks and financial services, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Government offices, staff level 14 to 17, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. Corporate offices as private sector, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. The following are closed: schools, churches, mosques, clubs, bars, gardens. And of course, this does not apply to states where they have their own, rules as well, like River State. We have other things apart from. So, Dr. Briggs, let's take Lagos as a case study. Do you foresee, before you go, final question, it being easy for Lagosians to carry out these mandatory directives or measures?
Kofi, Nigerians being who we are, we don't like to be law abiding, of course. Even when there was total lockdown, you still see people, fighting with the security agencies, trying to go against the orders of government, the directives of government. So now that they have even given them a lifeline to say, okay, it can work, but you see that it will be abused. Of course, I see a situation where people will go against the orders and the agencies will even come heavily on them anyway. But I don't see them, complying 100%.
Okay. Finally, Dr. Briggs, in Kano State, Ganduje says that they are in trouble.
It's a sorry situation. I feel very bad for them, and but I don't know. The governor was irresponsible. The religious leaders in Kano were irresponsible. The traditional leaders in Kano went viral on the net where they were singing Babu Corona, Babu Corona. I had to go to the net to find out what Babu means. And it means there is no for their Juma services. They still go for their burials. Like yesterday, they buried the emir of Ranu. And you needed to see the crowd that was there at this time of COVID-19.
Meanwhile, a presidential spokesman was saying there was no crowd there. They were just had a few people. Bashir Ahmed.
But that's a lie. We all saw it. Pictures don't lie. Videos don't lie.
So I mean,